Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is Jay from TNJ, and welcome to the Nashville Stars franchise. The Stars sit here at 56-42 in a very, very good AL East this year. The Blue Jays, Rays, and Yankees are all pretty much like neck and neck with us, and we have not seen first place at all this year. We get here to the All-Star break, and here we are at the All-Star game. Nobody in the home run derby this year. This is the first time in 2 years we've at least had Rafael Devers here. But in the All-Star game, Bradley McDougald will make it for the second straight year. He made it as a rookie last year. This year he's pitching like out of his mind. 17 quality starts and 20 starts. That is just crazy. A whip below 1 and an ERA about at 2.6. Pablo Moya makes it for the second straight year, the reliever of the year a year ago. But one thing he is really doing this year is keeping that whip low. ERA is still good. The blown saves is at a career high at the All-Star break with 5. In his rookie season, he only had 4 at the break, and now he has 5. So here are the All-Star starters here, looking at the AL and NL, and what a surprise. No Rafael Devers. So Devers fails to make it into the starting lineup, and he fails to make the team. So Devers, after struggling in the first half, does still not get honored, but Kendrick Franklin Cole does because he is hitting the ball well as a DH. 27 years old. He's going to be demanding a contract pretty soon. We have to think about that. He's hitting 280, slugging pretty well. We're going to need to worry about that because at some point you can't pay everybody. So here we go. Here in the All-Star game, Bradley McDougald on the mound here. He comes in the third inning. He does not get the start today. But here he is facing the bottom of the NL lineup. This one's David Bodie, a tapper down the first baseline. Good play. McDougald gets the second out of the inning. Mookie Betts to the plate now. He hits one well to right field. This one will be way away from the shift, and it will be a double here in the third inning. So McDougald gives up a hit here in his only one inning of appearance that he's going to have. That was the 10th pitch of the inning also. Khalil Watson to the plate now, and he hits one well down the left field line. That one will be a double. Bad throw into second base. A good throw probably would have had him there, but McDougald gives up 1 run here in his 1 inning, as that brings up Juan Soto to the plate now, 0 for 1, and he hits one well to center field, but right to the center fielder. That is Brian Reynolds, who got the start today from the Yankees. KFC will make the All-Star game for the second straight year. He will watch a fastball inside. That will be a walk. And his first at-bat, he will get on base. That brings up Pablo Moya out of the bullpen in the 8th inning. But he gives up a big shot to center field. That's gone. Joey Bart goes deep to center field. This has been Pablo Moya's issue this year. He's just given up a lot of big hits, and it's kind of showing here in the All-Star game versus the game's best hitters. He's given up a couple of hits. The next batter comes up, does the same thing. I'm not sure what's wrong with Moya. I think he's still locating his pitches. Sometimes he misses, but I think his pitches are just starting to be hittable now. Marco Luciano to the plate. He hits one well to right field, but this one will be run down in right. Pablo Moya 1 out away, as both of our pitchers today have given up at least 1 run. Hoffman to the plate, fly ball to right field. It's an out. So that will bring up KFC in the 9th inning for his second AB of the game. And KFC is going to get a low pitch to hit. And this one will be driven to right center field. That one was hit hard. And it gets past the second baseman. It will be a double. And that's how this All-Star game for your Nashville Stars will end. but a 7-3 ball game. The NL takes care of business in this one, and it was honestly a thumping. We did not show up well in this game, the Stars. At least our pitching. KFC got a hit, though. But now we get into the second half of the season. Now, Willy Adames is actually leading our team in average so far this year. Runs, KFC is up there with 63. We are up there in hits. I don't want to say we're doing bad on offense, but we could use a little boost here coming to the trade deadline. On base percentage, we're all the way down here at 18. So obviously we're not doing the greatest hitting the ball, but our pitching also is a little down this year. We're usually top 5 in ERA, usually top 5 in hits allowed, and top 5 in whip. This year we're at 8th in ERA, 7th in runs allowed. So we might just need a boost. But before making a trade, I definitely want to check out our minor league system and check out some guys in AAA. But Ben Swerve is the best pitcher we have right now performance-wise in AAA. He is pitching amazing. 13 quality starts and 17 starts, 2.76 ERA, 0.97 whip. I mean, that is very good numbers for a AAA pitcher. So I have to go see this for myself. We go down to Norfolk to see Ben Swerve, to see if he's ready for the show. He will get the start today. 18 starts, actually, 13 quality starts, a 6-5 record. You can just see the numbers. They are pretty good. His attributes don't say that he would get these types of numbers, but I'm intrigued. So now we face the Memphis Redbirds here at the AAA level. We are at home today. That one will be a ground out to second. That brings up the second batter of the game. Another ground ball to second as well. Pavin Smith. That brings up Adam Hazley in the 3 spot. There are some MLB level guys here at AAA here for the Redbirds. And Hazley hits one deep to left field. That one gets over the wall. So right away, Ben Swerve gives up a solo homer in the first inning. That's only Hazley's 4th home run of the year. And Swerve, that wasn't a bad pitch. It was over the middle of the plate, but it didn't catch too much of the middle. That brings up Ryan Mountcastle, and he will swing and miss at that one, the former Nashville Star. That brings up Jordan Walker, the former first-round pick in 2020. He is still not at the MLB level. I'm surprised. He hits one well to the right side. That one gets to the wall for a double. Tyler Naquin at the plate, also 284 average. High fastball, that's a good one. 96 on the gun. And the 30th pitch of the game will come to Steele Walker. That one's hit to the right side. Stepped on first by the first baseman for the second out of the inning. As that brings up Francisco Hernandez on deck, actually. This is Gavin Collins, I believe that was. He hits one down the right field line, right to the first baseman. As we move on to the third inning, Ben Swerve only giving up 1 run so far, just a solo jack in the first inning. But here he starts to settle down. Look at the slider. I love how he locates that slider. That brings up Pavin Smith to the plate again as Hazley is on deck. And Smith hits one to center field. That one will get us out of the third inning. You know, they are hitting a Swerve pretty hard here. As that brings up Hazley again, and he catches way too much of the plate with that slider. It was a 3-1 pitch right over the middle. That's one thing you don't like to see, because at the MLB level, those pitches are always tattooed. Ryan Mountcastle to the plate, and that's another outside slider getting Mountcastle for his second K of the game. That brings up Jordan Walker to the plate. He catches way too much of the plate again, deep to right field. That one is off of the wall. And it's a 2-0 lead here for Memphis. And the one thing I wanted to see is how will he locate pitches when he's behind in the count, at least 3-1, 2-1. And you can just see here, giving up a big time fly here in the right field. That's gone. Tyler Naquin, his 9th home run of the season in AAA, and that will get into the stands. And I think I've seen enough from Ben Swerve. I just don't think he's ready yet, even though the numbers say he is. I just see a little bit more growth out of him that is needed. We do get the loss in this one for our Tides, but it's okay. Ben Swerve will have his opportunity one day. I don't know when that day is going to be. Maybe it's next year. Who knows? We do have a couple of pitchers who could be free agents next year, so we might have to move up some prospects. So Ben Swerve is a guy to keep your eye on, especially seeing that, you know, we're still building for the future. And Swerve is one of those guys that could be in the rotation. One guy I want to highlight here at the AAA level is Darren Floyd. Also, he went 2 for 3. He is probably going to be the future of the middle infield, likely shortstop. So back to the MLB level, and here we are facing the Yankees, who right now are in first place, and we are chasing them, also chasing the Blue Jays. And here's Pablo Moya in for the save here, a 4-3 ball game at home. And will Moya's struggles continue? He walks the first batter. That brings up Candelario to the plate, who hits one well up the middle. That one's fielded by Enrique Bradfield, thrown home. The runners will stay put with 1 out, bases loaded. That brings up Alejandro Kirk, who signed a 5-year free agent deal with the Yankees, and he hits one hard down the left field line. That one gets past Devers. The throw home will be off, and the Yankees will take the 5-4 lead. So here we go again. Pablo Moya with another blown save. Make that number 6 on the season. And that was a hard chopper down the left field line. It bounced just in front of the plate, actually. That brings up Manuel Margot, who hits one to short. This one should be 2. It is. It's a double play. So Pablo Moya blows another save, and on to the bottom of the 9th inning. Dante Wild, our last hope in this one. He hits one well to left field. It's right to the left fielder. A 5-4 loss here for the Nashville Stars. And these are the games you have to win. We actually probably shouldn't have been in that game. They had 13 hits to our 7. And wow, I'm just surprised. You know, Pablo Moya, just the kind of downfall that he has had, it just has not been pretty. We move on to the next series, though, playing Tampa Bay. And Tampa Bay is probably the closest to being last place in our division. Tampa Bay losing this one 8-0 as Troy Quincy tries to go the distance here, facing Wander Franco at the plate. This one's hit well to center field, but run down, and that one will be, I believe, Dom Thompson-Williams playing in center field right there. So that brings up Gary Sanchez here with 2 outs. He is 2 for 3 today, and he hits one well down the right field line. Troy Quincy won't have a perfect ending to the 9th inning as that one gets to the wall, and it will be a double here with 2 outs in the 9th. He's over 100 pitches. We have to think about pulling him here, but he does have actually some pretty good energy, so we will continue to face Vidal Brujan, and he will get the swing and miss there on the changeup. The Stars get the victory at home. In Tampa Bay, they just have not been competitive in this division at all in this series. They are kind of the little brother of the division, as has been the Stars, Blue Jays, and Yankees so far in this series. As now we move on to the next game, and we're going for the sweep here in this series. We have won the first 3 of this 4-game set, and now here is Devers up to the plate with a chance to walk this one off and complete the sweep versus the Tampa Bay Rays. 2-0 pitch inside. He hits one on the ground, but a great play right there by the Rays infielder. That will be thrown on to first, and we move on to extras. On to the bottom of the 11th. Here's KFC at the plate. The All-Star hits one to the warning track, and it bounces over the wall. I'm not sure if that would have bounced and hit the wall. It wouldn't have scored the runner, but not great speed at third. We don't end up scoring there in the 11th inning as we move on to the bottom of the 12th inning, as that brings up Devers, and he walks, bringing us to Willy Adames hitting in that 4 spot. 0 for 4 today, but he hits one well to the right side, and that one gets past the second baseman all the way to the wall. Devers with 47 speed. We will hold him up because there are still no outs in the inning. No need to send him. He would have been gunned at the plate anyway. And Tyson King is fired up off the bench, bringing up Kerry Doss with a chance to be the hero in this one. He gets fooled. Outside slider. That's a bad pitch to swing at right there. And that brings up the next batter, who they do intentionally walk. So Dante Wild gets intentionally walked. That brings us to the next batter to the plate. Dante Wild was 0 for 5, by the way. But that brings up DTW with the walk-off. How about the ending here in this one? We complete the sweep of the Rays. And that will do it here as we come to the end of the month of July. And now we're at the trade deadline. Here Ramirez goes to the Los Angeles Angels, as that is the first big trade. It has been quiet around the deadline here in this series. It's mostly in the offseason where we see a lot of trades. But you can just see we get swept by the Yankees, actually, and then end up winning like 6 straight games. Then we lose 2 of 3. I just think we need a little bit of a boost. Otherwise, we're just going to be kind of lulling around that AL wildcard spot. I definitely want to go for the division. I want to avoid the wildcard elimination game. And it looks like it's going to be one of 3 of the teams, or I guess 2 of the 3 teams in the AL East, because right now our teams are just dominating right now. Well, we look at the trade block and to see who is available. Jared Kellenick is available. Kellenick, I keep saying Kellenick from our other series. Kellenick is available. He is 27 years old, but he is going to be a free agent. And the Seattle Mariners are just not competing right now. They aren't in a full rebuild, but they could definitely be looking for pieces. So Kellenick is definitely an option. I like Sam Hilliard here. He would probably take less to get than Kellenick because he is 33. Awesome pop on his bat, can hit versus both-handedness. Also an excellent fielder, so he is an option. I definitely think we need to add pitcher as well, but I don't want to make too many trades. I want to make it all in one trade if we could. Get a hitter, get a pitcher. There are a couple of guys here. Kevin Gausman is an option for the Seattle Mariners. He is on the block. He is hitting free agency. So I look closer at the Mariners, and I like Kellenick. I like Gausman. They are 53 and 58, 11 games back. They are definitely not competing for a spot, especially since they have to win their division or be better than, you know, the Rays, Stars, or the obviously Yankees and Blue Jays. So then I go back to Jared Kellenick, and he is 27 years old. He is hitting pretty good. But the thing is, he's never been a starting outfielder for them. He's really just been kind of a platoon guy. They haven't given him a full season of at-bats. It's pretty much been like 3/4 of a season. But I look at Gausman, but then we find Gilbert, who will also be a free agent. He is 29 years old. He's going to have a pretty good contract. It's not going to be like a $20 million a year contract. I'm guessing he will probably get about 11-12 million on the open market. He isn't the top prize going into free agency, but he is actually pretty good. But I decide to see if I can offer up Steven Brennan. Will Seattle bite on this? He is still 22 years old, and he gives them an $80,000 contract, still under cost control for about 4 seasons at age 22. They get a lot younger in the rotation, and they are very, very interested. Willy Adames was offered in trade earlier for the Yankees' Brandon Woodruff in the offseason. They wanted him. We declined. But I think we need to offer a really good piece in order to make this happen. And Tyler Black is probably going to be the future of the middle infield. But in order to get a ring, you sometimes got to offer some big chips. So Tyler Black, our starting second baseman at the moment, is offered in this trade. They get a great deal, I think, for Kellenick and Gilbert. And to make it even sweeter, I offer Reed Hoffman, another one of our young middle infield prospects, 23 years old, see potential, but at 75 overall right now. Those three players, all for Kellenick and Gilbert. I think this is a fair deal. They accept the trade. Steven Brennan, just for context right now, slates in as their number 2 in their rotation. So Gilbert was the number 2. Well, now insert Steven Brennan as their number 2. And especially seeing that Brennan is only 22 years old, they get 7 years younger and 4 more years of cost control for Brennan. I mean, that's a pretty good deal. And especially since both of their deals were expiring, Kellenick in specific was definitely not re-signing with the Seattle Mariners, especially since he probably wants a starting job. And he's probably just a rental for us. I mean, this is not a long-term thing. Kellenick is probably going to hit free agency. We won't be able to re-sign him because of the Devers contract. Devers' contract right now is kind of hitting us hard because it's backloaded. So at first he wasn't making a ton of money, and it kind of paid off. We won a ring with him, but now it's starting to bite us because our max budget is about $90 million, and we can't afford to pay other guys now. So we're going to have to make some tough decisions in the future. So we make the trade for Kellenick, and here he is in his debut, hitting .270, .851 OPS, 19 home runs on the year. He will face the Pirates at home for the first time in a Stars uniform. He gets a great pitch to hit there. That's his first pitch that he sees, and it brings it to a 3-2 count, and that's a low fastball. He's just going to watch that one for strike 3, as he is hitting in that 2 spot in the lineup. Back to the plate here in the second inning. Guys on the corners, and he hits one well up the middle. And that's what you would expect from Kellenick because he has 99 power. So he's going to hit the ball extremely hard, as that will be his first RBI as a Star. His third at-bat will be in the 4th inning. He already has 3 at-bats in 4 innings, and that one will be an inside fastball for strike 3. On to the bottom of the 6th inning, 1 for 3 days so far for Kellenick. Man on third. He turns on one inside. That's crushed. A cut fastball out of here in a hurry. 2-run home run for Kellenick. That's what you'd expect from a 99 power guy. 20th home run of the season. 107 exit velo. That was absolutely crushed. It's gone. Kellenick is going to be an awesome bat in our lineup. He's going to slate right in that 2 spot versus righties. Kerry Doss moves down to the 5 spot. I just think that's a perfect spot for him, especially with that power. 2 for 4 day. He comes up with his 5th at bat, hits one well down the right field line. That one actually is a hard chopper, and that just shows you the raw power that Kellenick has. It's going to be a triple. What a debut. 3 for 5, a triple, a single, and a home run. Good trade by the Stars here. I think this will pay off. We win this one 7-3 in Kellenick's debut, and I think we made out pretty good here at the deadline. I am worried about our middle infield of the future because after this year, I mean, Tyler Black's not going to be there. Willy Adames might not be there because we might not be able to afford Adames. And then we traded another middle infield prospect who had a shot at being at the show. He was our top-rated second baseman. So let me know what you guys think about the deadline trade. In next episode, we will get through the end of the season. We play Toronto in a few series. We play the Yankees, I believe, only one more time this year. And we'll see if we can make a run at the division. And hopefully these trades do help us. So we will start next episode with Logan Gilbert's debut versus the Blue Jays and see if we can win the AL East for the 3rd straight season. Hit subscribe, hit that like button, stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go.
I like getting money, I got time to get it. Target on me, so my car's a tenant. Dancing with the devil, I don't bargain with it. Bobbing in the dash, and the stick is with it. And I hit the 4-5 on the west side. But I'm from the east side, this how we slide. This how we ride, yeah, this how we ride.